everyone. You just caught me putting on my hand cream. Hang on. I feel like these days, if I'm on camera, it's always because I'm putting on lip balm or hand cream or some kind of cream onto my dry body. I'm not really sure why. When you hit 30, everything just goes and you just end up just disheveled. I used to have really oily skin. I don't get it. I know your skin changes as you know, as time advances, but my God, how is everyone doing? Hello. Right. So I've just popped a question below. And on a scale of 1 to 10, I just completely made this up on the spot. On a scale of 1 to 10, how ready are you for Q4? Now, when people say Q4, they mean October, November, December. So if you're in the US, that means Halloween, that means Thanksgiving, that means Christmas time. Whereas if in the UK, it broadly really means like autumn vibes, and that can encompass like Halloween or like Christmas time or any other time. I'm just like really like generalizing. In terms, I'm really talking in terms of like the shopping times when people who have small businesses are like, right, okay, I need to like crack on with this. So if you hear me say Q4, it basically means October, November, December. It means the last little quarter of the year, okay? Because today's September, like August is gone, done, dusted. The summer is pretty much like over, done. I don't know how the summer has managed to be over in the space of like a week, but it certainly is for us in the UK. It's like layer time, it's scarf time, it's candle time, it's hot drink time. That's it now. The summer's gone. So I guess really what this whole kind of the next couple of weeks really for us handmade bosses being coaches to you guys is Christmas and Christmas prep. So that's going to be like the core focus for the next couple of weeks. Main reason being is that we know the algorithm takes 3 months roughly. There's a little tiny spider on my lens. So if you see these like little legs dangling down, I'll have to just like flick them off. But it takes on average 3 months for the algorithm to be able to rank whatever you list. So what I mean by this is that if you're listing Christmas products on Etsy, if you leave it too much longer, you're not going to give the algorithm enough chance. And when I say too much longer, I mean like from, I've just got my little calendar here. I would say really we want to start thinking about this from the middle of next week. Okay. So if you list things like Christmas things beginning of October, you're not giving yourself enough chance to be able to get the algorithm to rank you. And if you are leaving it too much later than that, then you might be leaving it a bit too late. But please do not worry. Okay, please do not worry, because I have 2 weeks of awesome stuff coming up for you. All right. Because I know last year, I'm holding my hands up and I'm saying I, as a coach, kind of dropped the ball on Christmas prep. I just was like, I think we just had the sellathon. And then before I knew it, it was like October, and I was like, oh geez, like Christmas prep. I think I did like a live about it, but that's all I did. But this year I vowed to you guys last year that I'm going to be better. I'm going to be a better coach. I'm going to show up with stuff that's actually going to help you. So please do not worry. Right, I'm going to read the comments now. Number 6, we have an 8, we have a 7, we have a 0. We have another 0, we have 6. I see it as New Year. September, right? It really is. It really does feel like a wipe the slate clean moment. You're not wrong. I see a 5, I see a 2, I see another 0, I see a 6, another 0. First day of spring in Australia, yes. So for you guys, you've just had the winter time, right? For us, it's been like burning, and then now it's just like cold. It's weird, right? Not really. All I usually do is share my last order dates from November. Jenny's just like, you're doing fine. I'd say like a 5 out of 10. We've got a 3, we've got a 2. You know what? And that's fine, right? Please do not worry. So today's live is really going to be giving you some like actionable small things that you can do this week. It's not going to be like me endlessly talking to you. It's going to be things that you can go, right, boom, 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 done. You can even do it today if you really want to, right? So And really, this was, oh, did you see the spider? Oh no, is he there? Hang on. He was like crawling around a minute ago. Then he disappeared behind like the viewfinder. So I thought, oh, okay, he's probably just like looking at me through the camera lens. I don't know. I want to watch the replay now and see if this little like leggy thing was just like, yes. So every year, every sort of September, October, even November times, I get posts that say, when do I start Christmas? When do I start listing Christmas things? Or it's like, I'm so behind. What do I do? Where do I even start? Because and I've worked in like physical retail stores. I've been the manager of like physical retail stores. I've been the buyer, physical retail stores. E-commerce has been my bag for the last like 13 years, 12 years, 13 years. So I always see in Q4, if you are not prepared, you're doing yourself a major disservice for the rest of the year, mainly because on average, e-commerce stores, in-person retail stores, in Q4, you are making 40% of your annual revenue for that year. So if you are someone who is like, God, Steph, you know what? Summer sales sucked. Spring sales sucked. 2025 so far has been down for me. 2025 has pretty much sucked, right? You can redeem yourself. You can redeem yourself. You absolutely can, because if you do it the right way, you are going to be able to make 40% of your annual revenue in Q4, right? And that's crazy. I'll never forget the first time I saw that stat. It was 2015, and I was doing like the numbers for a business that I was like working with at that. No, it was before then. That's been 2013, 2014. I don't know. And I was doing the numbers and I was doing like the stats, and I looked back and I was like, my God, did you know, like in November, December, we literally made 50% of our entire. And at that point, the store owner was like, yeah, I know, it's crazy, right? It was bizarre. And ever since then, like, I've really tried not to sleep on Q4, because we know that it really can make or break your entire year. So I guess really you have two choices. If you are one of those people who are thinking and saying right now, you know what, 2025 has been rubbish. My views have been down, my sales have been down, everything has been down, there's been changes galore. I don't know whether I'm coming or going with bloody Etsy at the moment. I don't know what my own website is doing. It's just kind of like chilling out there. I know I need to work on this, and I know I need to work on that. Oh, maybe I should apply to be on Faire. Oh, maybe not on the high street, and like all these different things and shiny objects. But the bare bones of it is that like you have a choice. You can either be that person who's like, oh, I'm gonna like just carry on as I am and just hope that, you know, Q4 brings me people who are like buying minded to buy from me. Or you can be a bit more like, I'm going to make this stuff happen, because I know that as a business owner, like the lesson I've learned thus far is that I need to not rely on other people to come to me. I need to like drive people to me. I need to attract the right people to me, right? And the sad thing is that Christmas prep is about so much more than just like organizing your office and sorting out your like packaging station and tidying up, and it's about so much more than that. And over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be really going into it. But like, I guess what I mean to say is, in a loving way, like it's such a mission, and it's about so much more than just like sorting things out. Because I used to be like that, where I'm like, right, I'm going to do like a bit of a spring clean in Q3, Q4 for the Christmas time. I'm going to organize myself. I'm going to like list all the things. I'm going to make sure that my shop is like ready. But there's a difference between on the surface being ready and strategically being ready, right? So I really do think that there are like 3 major mistakes that every maker makes at some point when they're like prepping for Christmas time. Number 1 is overcomplicating the crap out of it. let's be honest, is that I feel like as creative beings, we are prone to overcomplicating things, and not in like a bad negative way. Like, I'm not saying, oh my God, you're rubbish because you overcomplicate things. I do it as well. So like, let's maybe have like a show of hands. How many of you tend to overcomplicate things, whether it's a project, whether it's new listings, whether it's like, okay, I, rather than just doing what Steph says, I'm gonna like do this and this and this and this and this so that I feel more productive, or maybe I'm procrastinating on doing something else. Because we know that like overcomplication is the number one way to procrastinate. So like, I mean, just a quick side note, side quest thing here is that if I find myself being incredibly drawn to doing something that makes no sense, like sorting out your boxes or putting your pot and pens away or sorting out your, I don't know, stationary drawer, or finding yourself with tens of thousands of glasses cases, only 2 pairs of bloody glasses, one of which is on my face, then it usually means that you are procrastinating doing something else. So that's just like a side note thing that I've kind of learned about myself, is that, yeah. Snuggerbug says, I'm surface ready. Jenny's like, yeah, me, ha. Laura's like, yes, me. Rachel says yes. Karen, yes. Quirks and foibles, yes. Zoe says 100%. Arthur's Craft Corner says, I get distracted by everything, so I never put 100% into one thing. And that's it. And that's it. Like, you've hit the nail on the head, is that if you're faced with an opportunity to make 40% or more of your annual revenue in 2-3 months, if you're faced with that opportunity, you have to be putting 100% in, right? Like, that's just the way it is. And okay, you're not going to be perfect at it, because no one ever is. But my God, you have to like have your focus like locked in. Does that make sense? Snuggerbug says, overcomplication is my procrastination technique. Yes. Jane's like 100% for sure. Got some hands up over on Instagram as well. Yeah, no, I get it for sure. I'm exactly the same. This morning I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll hoover like my office. Maybe I'll like put the pillows on a different way. Maybe I'll do that. Really, what I was trying not to want to do was to do my bookkeeping. So instead I was like, no, you're gonna do your hoover, because you're halfway through it right now. You're gonna do that. You're gonna put the hoover back. You're gonna make yourself a cup of tea. And you're gonna sit down. You're gonna get your ass in this chair, and you're gonna do it. And I'm gonna set a Pomodoro timer, which I'll just share my screen actually, just so, because this might be helpful to you. I use a Pomodoro timer. Let me share my screen just so you can see it. And it's basically this, and you just go on to pomofocus.io. I'll pop it in the comments. And if I'm procrastinating on stuff, I always just go, right, I'm going to Pomo it. I'm just going to go, and I'm going to go onto this tab, and I'm just going to sit my bum down in this chair. I'm not going to move, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to focus for 25 minutes, because I have ADHD, and I'm like neurospicy. So for me, it has to be like a step-by-step, very easy, simple way of doing it. And this is pretty much, if there's a thing that I'm procrastinating on, and like all you do is like, you can click start, and then you can do like short break, like a 5-minute break, just like rest your eyes and get up out the chair. Or you can do like a long break if you want, like to go make yourself a drink or something like that. You can add tasks here. You can like change the timer, like, and it's just free. You just find it and you just go on it. But I highly recommend that, because it's so easy to be able to just get things done. So that was like a little side note. But so going back to the 3 mistakes, obviously number 1 is overcomplicating it. You know, you're trying to do your freaking branding. You're like, all right, for Christmas I need to rebrand. Little do you know, that's like a 2-3 week project. I need to launch 10 new products. Little do you know, that's like a 2-3 week project. I need to perfect my packaging. Little do you know, that's like a 2-3 week project. So you're trying to squeeze in 6 weeks worth of stuff into the week that you have for doing Christmas prep. It's crazy, right? The second mistake is trying to do everything. So you're saying yes to every single market or craft fair. You are updating every single listing. because Etsy has now told you, oh, hey, like shorter titles work better. I'm just taking my like fluffy socks off because it's getting quite warm in here actually. You're like, yes, okay, Etsy's now come up with this thing on my dashboard, which by the way, I'm going to be doing a live in a couple of weeks talking about the Etsy changes. My advice, just a side note, my advice, if Etsy's come up with this flashing thing saying shorter titles work better, I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't do anything. That's my personal advice. I'm going to be talking about it in a couple of weeks. But you know, you might just be trying to do everything. You might just be going, you might kind of be deciding that Q4 is like the time when you can do everything and you're going to like show up as like a proper business owner and like properly do things. And it's crazy how as soon as like September hits, the kids go back, the summer's over, everything gets back to normal. We kind of go, okay, I need to like, you know, do better and do something different. But in actuality, like you are you, and it's not going to be different because that's you. You are welcome. You're welcome. So trying to do everything is the second one. Number 3 is waiting too long. And I think, again, this goes back to the procrastination thing. Like we know, like Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Halloween, Christmas, Xmas, holidays, whatever you want to call it. We know that it comes around the same time every year, right? We know it's coming, but we kind of just go, yeah, no, it's all right though. I'll do it next week, or I don't know. I'll like look at my calendar, and you're there like, oh, I'm busy. Oh, I'm busy. Oh, I'm busy, and you end up just not doing it. Okay, so like if you're putting it off until November, like you're missing the wave of early bird buyers. This year, the stats are already showing that people are buying early. So basically by mid-September, we have to be like getting going on this. Okay. So let's do the 3 quick wins. Let's grab my notes real quick. So I've got notes in 2 separate places for some reason. I do not know. Right, let's have a little look. There we go. So 3 quick wins I want you to do this week is this. And I'm also live at the same time next Monday as well to like talk more in depth about this and actually show you more of what I do. But 3 quick wins I want you to really focus on for this week. And this is it, by the way. Like once you've done this, you're done. Number 1 is pick your 3 products that always do well for you over like Christmas time. I want you to make a copy of those listings, which you can do. And I want you to retake or /update the photos on just those 3. Notice I didn't say completely redo the listings of your top 3, completely like delete them and restart again. Main reason being is like the whole algorithm thing that I mentioned at the beginning. You don't want to be changing things on products that are doing well for you, which is the main reason why I said just ignore what Etsy has said about changing your titles, especially if it's products that do well for you. It's like literally it will tank your shop. And when we've like tested it, it's completely tanked. Like it's crazy, right? But just make a copy of the 3 products that always do well for you, update the photos, and then that's it. The rest you leave, because then you're doing like an A/B test on your visuals so that you know, okay, what products do best. So let's say for argument's sake, at the moment, you've got like, I know you sell earrings and you just kind of like got them draped on a, I don't know, a block or a plate or an earring stand, or instead do something different. Try them modeled or in use. Like if you sell scarves, like have a picture of you wearing the scarf. If you've got mugs, like actually like, oh, here's a picture of me drinking out the mug. Like actually like try and do something a little bit different. Yeah. So that's the first quick win. The second quick win is update one product description, okay, and add like a Christmas gifting line, something like perfect for stocking filler, Secret Santa, all those kinds of things, okay. And the third thing is to list 3 products that you've had on the back burner for a little while. Like I think we all have that list, right, where we're like, we made the products, or maybe we have ideas for the products, we might have even taken pictures of them, but we haven't quite got round to listing them yet for whatever reason. So list 3 of those, like I like to call them shelf products, you know, those ones that for some reason they've just been shelved for another day. Grab them out, list them. You might need to tweak them depending on how long ago it was that you took the pictures and how long ago it was that you made them. But just get some off the shelf products and just list them, right? So those are the 3 main things that I want you to do this week. Okay. I do the same using YouTube. They're great. I know, right? They're really, really good. Karen says, I only relook at titles when relisting if it didn't perform well. Yeah, this is where, and I'm kind of a bit mad at Etsy right now, if I'm being honest, because they've gone ahead and they've put this like warning thing on everyone's dashboard saying you need to review the titles of like 40 out of 50 of your listings. And they're not even explaining why, really. They're not even kind of giving you a chance to kind of go, okay, like I'll put that on my list, but I'm not doing that. Do you know what I mean? And I think that the issue with that is that when we've tested it, if they give you 150 characters of space, you're going to want to use it all. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is that the way that anyway, I can only speak for us, we've always taught you to do SEO, so not keyword stuff, the living daylights out of them for a start. But also as well, like we know that if you change your titles, it's going to reset that particular listing in the algorithm's eyes. So what they've in essence just done is a mass panic tweaking of like really important stuff, and it's crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna be talking about that not next week, but I think the week after, a little bit more in detail. But I just wanted to like mention that, just mainly because I know that we're all thinking about Christmas prep right now. We're all looking at our Etsy shops and thinking, how can I like tidy this up and do this? So I just wanted to like quickly mention that today. And next week, I'm going to be doing a live where it's going to be so good. It's going to be a bit of a longer live. I'm going to keep today's a little bit shorter, mainly because next week is going to be a longer live. It's going to be about an hour long. But I just really wanted to put Christmas on your radar. It's the 1st of September today. And yeah, so what I thought I would do is I thought I might open it up for 3 questions. If you guys want to give me your questions, I'll pick a couple at random from Facebook and Insta. So let me know if you do have any questions. But yeah, I'm a massive fan of the Pomodoro timer. There's loads of people of you that are saying, oh wow, awesome. They're so handy. Yeah. I also like to do the same for like if I'm feeling a bit anxious, I like to do the box breathing one. And I also like to listen to the Calm. They've got let me find it. Just while I'm waiting for questions, I'll just show you. Calm do like the background noises. Let me find it. I feel like I'm rubbish explaining this unless I've got something on my screen I can reference. So you go onto the Calm YouTube channel. By the way, this is great for if you are ADHD and you have different parts of your brain that needs like stimulation. If you are to like focus, I always put like the white, I mean, you can see here, I always put the white noise, the rainstorm on in the background whilst I'm working. And they've got loads of them. They've got absolutely loads of like long like background noise, and they've got like all sorts of other really cool stuff as well. So highly recommend going to the Calm YouTube channel, whacking that on in the background if you are about to like get into some deep stuff, especially in the face of like Christmas prep. Right, so let me know your questions. Let me know if you've got any questions at all, or if you've got no questions, then that's fine. I can just end and we can just crack on. I've amended my titles on Etsy and I've since had a lot more views. See that's good, and that just goes to show how different it is, because I think you and probably a couple of other people, the only people out of probably like 30 messages, emails, DMs, comments that I've gotten from people who are like, I wish I didn't do this, because like I've literally tanked my shop in the time when I need it to be like pulling its weight, you know? Yeah. Karen says, I don't need any background noise at the moment, so I'm sitting in my caravan in Devon. Oh, well, perfect. You are like absolutely perfect. So does anyone have any Christmas prep questions? Let me know. I'll stay on for like a minute or two just so you have someone to ask any questions to. But I am going to be really looking at talking more about this over the next couple of weeks. I'll also say as well, every day this week I'm going to be sharing like a helpful thing. So if you are on my email list, open the emails, because there's going to be a lot of really like cool quick wins and stuff like that in the groups as well. Like in this group, like if you're watching on Facebook right now, you're in the right group, you're in the right place. I'm going to be sharing with you like little daily things that you can kind of do. So yes, we have got your back. Someone on Instagram says, I've just been accepted to Faire, not listed anything yet as spring out as sorting out pricing. Do you have any advice? Pricing is such a loaded topic. I do have a YouTube video or a podcast about it, I believe. Let me find it. I've done loads. I've done like 70 podcast episodes at this point. Pricing. I can't find it now. How annoying. I need to find a better search system for finding podcast episodes. It's so annoying because you have to scroll through like 78 blimmin' episodes. So let me do a Control F and see if I can find something. Pricing. Why not that one? Where's that one go? Oh, hang on a minute. Let me see if I can find the link. I can't seem to find it. Says there's 3 results, but it's not showing me the 3 results. Really, really handy. Tell you what, I would say the best thing for you to do would almost be to post in the group, because then we can find a actual podcast episode link and we can send it to you. Because even if I was to find it now, if I send it in the Instagram comments, it's going to be like lost because you can't click it, right? My general piece of advice is that always price in the top end. So let's say like your competitor's price at like £0 to £10, just for argument's sake. You need to price at the top like quarter, so between £7.50 to £10 of what everyone else is charging. And always build in lots and lots of buffers. So we have like an oops buffer, we have an inflation buffer, we have a postage error buffer, we have like lots and lots of buffers, right? So that would be my advice. I'd also recommend posting in the group just so we can actually find the link, and then we can send that to you. Because at the moment I'm just literally scrolling through. I mean, let me show you, like, it's crazy. The way I have to do it at the moment is to go onto Apple and I have to like scroll through and see if I can find it. We need a better way of sorting this out, I think. But as you can see, there's a good 70 episodes that you can scroll through. So if you want any other questions answered, that would be where I would go. Right, 2 more questions. Right, I need to pick some questions that I probably haven't answered before. Is it worth changing attributes to Christmas if you've used other ones for the rest of the year? Good question. I would recommend doing that if your products are Christmas specific. So let's say you've got a Christmas mug. I would obviously list that under Christmas time. However, if it's not specifically a Christmas product, instead I would like use Christmas or use that kind of language in your titles, tags, descriptions, image, alt text. Right, I'm going to pick one more question. Thank you so much. I can find the podcast. No worries. Buffer's not on my radar, so that's fab advice. Sorry about that. Yeah, I know. I really need a better system of being able to find podcasts, because we've done a lot of them and there's a lot of really helpful stuff and I'm kind of like, oh, I'd really like to be able to find it. I've got several. Right, my last question that I'm going to answer is I've got several on the shelf items from last year, as my sales last year were awful, and so far this year it's been more of the same. Okay, perfect. So yeah, so on the shelf items, I would say, because when I coach people more like one-on-one, a pattern that I see a lot of is that makers will list and promote the safe products. And what I mean by that is the products that they know that people are going to like, people are going to accept, they're not going to get any negative comments about, things that they think, you know, oh, well, that's like generic and very like, I guess really just play it safe. Whereas actually, like 2 or 3 sessions in, when I've actually started to like, you know them and like, you know, get in there and have a little look, what I've seen is that actually 9 times out of 10, the shelved products, like I said earlier, they are the ones that actually are really unique and really different and really like, wow, that's really cool. Like, why haven't you listed that? And it's normally a case of people are just like, oh, you know, I really feel like people would say weird things, or it doesn't quite, I don't know, it's not quite me. Or so I actually think that's really good to go back to your like list repertoire, your shelved product ideas, and have a look and like really kind of bring it through, you know. Right, so those are my 3 questions. So guys, if you do have any questions about Christmas prep, what I would recommend is you can either post them in the group, or I'm going to be live again this time next week to kind of do a little bit more of a deep dive into the Christmas prep. Today was really all about getting you some quick wins, which we've done, and really about, okay, right, we need to make sure that Christmas is on your radar. We all, like as a group, know that we need this done by, like, we need to start by mid-September. We need to be done latest by the end. So you're not like late, but we want to start thinking about it. And also, like, what I wouldn't do is I wouldn't recommend like panicking today after this live and going, oh my God, I need to do that, because that's a very strategic way that you need to do it. And if you panic, chances are your emotions might be a bit like this, because I know, because I do that exact same thing as well. And like the old adage goes here, which is like, don't ever make a decision when you're like up or down, because that decision is probably going to not be made from the best, like most level pegging way. So yeah, I really would make sure to just, yeah, not panic change things and all that good stuff. Right, I'm not going to answer any more questions. Today was really about, let's get Christmas on your radar. Let's get some quick wins in there. Like I said, this time next week, I'm going to be live again talking about Christmas prep and giving you some like resources and all that kind of stuff. So I would love to see you on the 8th of September, which is crazy. I can't believe we're the 1st of September already today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.